Welcome to the Ultimate Fancast, where fans are the star of the show. Each week, we explore the epic co-created Battle Bunnies franchise from legendary artists Frank and Krista Lenatra and the team at Junkbox Studios. Ultimate fans join BBS, Lord L, and Brian as they dive deep into the extraordinary world of the Battle Bunnies. Plus, we'll be your guides and take you backstage with the creators and actors who are captivating family audiences worldwide. Are you ready to meet this week's Ultimate Fan? It's time to fan up and enjoy the show.
Welcome to another edition of the Ultimate Fancast. This week we have a Spartan holder, Series 2 Genesis holder. So excited for this person to come onto the stage. Can we please have Stefan the Stallard? Please come to the stage.
Woohoo! Yay! All right. Welcome.
Oh my goodness. Fireworks and things that don't happen.
Fireworks shoot off, like
will
all
not
that
happen
stuff.
during production time.
Yeah. We try to add that extra, like Marvel Cinematic Universe, with the fireworks and the applause and stuff in posts, just like the real guys.
On a budget.
On the same budget too.
On the same budget.
Millions and millions of dollars. No.
Yeah, Monopoly money.
So Steven, yeah. No, we're super excited to have you here. We like to joke around and stuff like that. Like this is a community-led fan cast where we're super excited to have you on as the star of the show because you're a community member inside the Battle Bunnies, and like we love meeting people inside the community. This is the first time we get to see you face to face, and that's awesome because we see you on Discord, we see you in the rabbit hole, so it's nice to put a face and actually hear your voice and talk to you. So take us back, like how did you learn about the Battle Bunnies? Like what's your story?
Back the Battle Bunnies was about over a year ago now. I was just actually being introduced to a lot of the NFT side of things. I stumbled across a few places like Mintify, some bigger NFT places, saw OpenSea, and then I got into a Twitter space of a bunch of groups coming together and talking about their projects and promoting each other and stuff. Hype Beast, I think, was one of the projects that brought me into that one. Initially found them and just cruised with them for a bit. And then they brought me into another space with, I think, Lucky Leprechauns in them. And they brought me into a space with Battle Bunnies. And I don't know, I just, as soon as I was in there, I was listening, saw the Discord, it gave me something to do. I enjoyed the questing. When first getting in, it was different type of entry. And then I found the rabbit hole and I kind of just got stuck.
Yeah, we all get stuck in the rabbit hole.
Got stuck. It was something different on Discord to do, and I could just watch and communicate, talk to people, and still just hop away.
Nice. Yeah. So the quest was definitely something that attracted you. The fact that it wasn't just like opt in and, instantly you have access to everything inside somebody's community on Discord. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. When I first got introduced to that side of Web3, it was all about gamifying things. And instead of just hitting you off the bat of, hey, come mint this, come, do this, go there, mint this, mint. It was, here's a game. Here's a game. Have a game. This is what you came for. Play a game. And then here's another game. Here's a rabbit hole. Here's a bigger game. Have fun. Like, all right. Yeah. This is what I kind of came here for.
Did you get the Frank or Krista welcome, like when you first joined the Discord? Like that was something I experienced that I'd never, they're like, oh yeah, we're the founders. I'm like, the founders are talking to me immediately. I thought that was cool. Did you have that same experience?
It was definitely different for the way they interacted off the bat. It wasn't all about pushing the project more as like, hey, introduce yourself. Here's everybody. Start talking. It wasn't. It was definitely a different atmosphere coming in than most other places. It was nice. It was relaxing, more homey feeling.
Yeah, less pressure. Which is
Yeah, there was no.
Yeah.
I guess FOMO is what the main word would be used.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't been involved with any of those projects like that, like you were talking about earlier, that, you know, they just want you to transact. I mean, obviously, you know, there's some pretty big projects that have been successful just on doing that. You know, I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to say any projects that maybe people like. But I love the fact that there was not, like when I came in and like when you came in, there was no pressure to like, oh, you need to be a holder to do anything. You need to immediately, you know, buy something before we're going to give you, you know, any access or treatment, you know, like family like treatment. So I've always loved that about, you know, Frank and Krista and John and Mike.
They didn't. The first thing one of the first things they mentioned was being able to go in the rabbit hole and earning yourself an NFT. Just free. It's like, okay, cool.
Right.
More incentive to keep going.
Yeah, free NFT, you know, like in the rabbit hole. Like yeah, there's definitely.
And you get to learn what it's all about. I liked it. It was good coming into it.
Do you remember your first class icon that you won? Does that?
Oh my goodness.
That's
a memory if you do.
I think the first one I won was the Viking.
Nice. Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. Cool. Because if I remember correctly, Christikin had said, oh, now you need the sorceress one. Because that's the I had a sorceress. So I needed that class icon.
Nice.
My first was a Valkyrie icon. I was not a member yet, and I was playing Fall Guys. And I think that they mentioned like, hey, you could just reach out in your ticket and ask us for this icon. So I did. And they said, I think Krista gave it to me and she said, you're not a holder, but that's not a big deal. You can still have it. And that was like my very first icon that I got.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't necessarily, I guess I could go back and look at the transaction histories on the different things. Like that's the nice thing about Web3 is you can go see like what was your first, like, you know, record of something. But I honestly don't remember. Now have you been able to collect all of the different class icons and level up, that kind of thing?
I have all 6, yes.
Nice. Challenge coin. Yes,
great.
That's
Congrats.
Exciting. There's going to be a lot of people that are like, oh man, I wish I had the Spartan, or I wish I had the Shaman icon. That's, you know, they're just one short of, you know, getting that. And as a community, we'll figure out a way to make sure they get the challenge coins and that we get that filled out. Cause I think there's probably some people that, you know, aren't active in the community and they're holding on to a Spartan class icon or something like that. And that'll be one of the 100 that's not getting claimed because of that. So I think Frank and Krista have mentioned that. So I think that's exciting.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to get one. Like, I played this weekend because they were having like the boss rate. Do you get excited when they show the boss rate things in there? And it's like, basically it doubles the number of bosses that come out because it takes fewer hops to get a win, kind of thing. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I need another shaman icon. I got to get in there. So
it definitely gives you a reason to want to be in there and keep going and push through, even without the prestige and all the other factors.
I did 1,000 hops over the weekend. That's how into it I was during that boss thing. I won 2 shamans in a row. Like,
nice.
Yeah. And I got some Dark Scyther. So like it was a good weekend to be hopping, and nobody, like there wasn't a lot of people that were hopping. I forget what day it was. Was it Saturday or Friday? It was Friday. It started on Friday and went into Saturday. So I was like, hop.
I did get in there, and I don't know. I didn't get a result in like 20 minutes, so I just stopped.
No, I hopped for. I kid you, for that 1,000 hops, I probably hopped for 4 hours.
Oh
like
wow!
It takes forever for me because I've prestiged all the way to the top level. So all I do is hop battle quest. I was like,
how many golden carrots did you get in that time?
Like 2,000.
A lot.
2,000 golden carrots during the 4 hours.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
That's the benefit. You get more of that, but you know.
Yeah, but I got all the lands that I want, so I guess I'll just save them for future things. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's there's just so much to collect. Like that's my story. Is I'm like one of those obsessive collectors, and I'm like, ooh, I've got to complete this collection of these things, and like that was why I hopped so much at the beginning. Is like I needed to get every single class icon, and then I was like, ooh, you can prestige. I need to get all the prestiges. And
yeah, I'm working on the last one. I'm 80 something.
But... Oh, you'll be there in like an hour or two. Yeah, you just keep hopping, man. You'll get that.
I'm not hopping as much as you're hopping, though. I told you I do 20 minutes and then I walk away.
Yeah, just do it while you're watching TV with the family or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When do you hop, Steven?
Brush your teeth.
When do you find
hop away?
There you go.
I used to hop at times when I probably shouldn't have been hopping, but I used to hop at work and stuff all the time, and no, I haven't had a lot of time lately to do that. Kind of been diving into other areas to do things in life. So
yeah, no, I was I used to hop a bunch when I would be like riding the bike and stuff last summer. So that's when I got a lot of like I'd be on like a indoor bike trying to rehab my knee and my lower back, and so I just like, well, I'm just sitting on this bike for an hour, might as well hop. So that's when I got a lot of hops in. But like it's just, like you said, it's fun, it keeps you engaged. Like you can earn stuff. Right now you got the Dark Scyther stuff, like the percent strikes that you can earn and get Dark Scyther. Have you been keeping up with that?
I've been keeping up with watching and seeing what's going on with things, and I got myself one of the last eggs on the last mint, so happy it was just slid in at the last moment. But
nice,
super excited to do that. No, I've been keeping an eye on it at least, and watching, following along, watch some of the videos, trying to repost and retweet.
Very nice. So how much I'm not really good at the retweeting stuff and getting likes. Like I think BBS and others do that. So I'm only like at like 500 Dark Side or something like that. There's people like 2,000 and 3,000. Yeah. I know, but there's some people that have like thousands of Dark Side. I'm like, I would never.
Like drywalls. Like he's doing so many things, and he's doing the TCG. So you get everything counts. Everything's rolling in.
That and they're buying tickets to the raffle and stuff like that, and they still have thousands. It's like, man, like I'm getting one a day. And then I'm doing the Wordle now. I started doing the Wordle a month ago, so I get 3 extras. I get 4 a day if I remember to do the daily. So I'm not going to get to thousands anytime soon.
I'm looking at the Light Dragon, which I think is 1,200 or 1,100.
Ooh, you want the Light Dragon, the mystery dragon?
I think I press my luck and see what happens.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe people are like, oh, I'm going to keep going. And I got a Valkyrie in the first one. So I got a Valkyrie and a dragon. So that was a pretty good deal for me. That first game.
Did you see that? Did either one of you guys see what Jinx won in the last raffle?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God. It wasn't a raffle. It was a wheel he got a wheel for something, one of the giveaways.
Yeah.
He got the ground stomper.
Easter egg hunt. Whoever completed the Easter egg hunt in the Discord got put on the wheel, and then he, as a grand prize, won the ground stomper.
Yeah, the thing that looks like an octopus, and it's in the Lenatra connection or collection.
Yeah, collection. Yeah,
the Frank Lenatra collection or something like that. So, yeah, that was a haul. That was a pretty good pretty good spin for Jinx. So congrats to him.
Congratulations.
Speaking of wins, you're pretty. You got a pretty good story about winning something inside the community, and then turning it into some other things. Can you enlighten us on that and when that happened and all that stuff? Like,
yeah, everyone wants me to put a confirmation on Aaron's story.
Maybe, yeah.
The light dragons. I was trying to tee it up.
There you go. Yeah. The light dragons, like at the egg. Just like I'll set it up. Like, well, no, you set it. It's your story.
Were you surprised by that?
I was definitely surprised when I won. It was definitely something that was not expected. But to be honest, I won a couple times in the Battle Bunnies already, so it's just a be there, be lucky kind of moment, I guess.
Are you like Drywall and you manifest it? You're just like, I'm gonna win that Squirrel General.
No, actually, I was at work and I turned around and all I saw was a big @ and I'm like, see the big picture of the samurai. I was like, yes. And then Aaron messaged.
Yeah. Like how quickly was Aaron in your DMs? Like, because you're in his DPS community, right? So you play poker with Aaron, right?
Within the hour.
Yeah. There was a few of us that probably, like I know probably Clopping would have sent you an offer for it. Like I don't think I was in a position to make an offer on it, but man, I definitely like it. I won the, like, I don't know if you can see it. I have to move my camera a little bit, but I've got the print of it up there.
Okay, yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, there's a window, right? So if you win something, there's a window of like bonding to it. And so every second that happens closes that window. So you have to get there between like an hour, and it has to work for both parties. It has to be a win-win, right? So if you can get the win-win before it closes.
I really wanted a Spartan. So
yeah, I mean, so I think that just from the outside looking in, I think that it was a win-win for both of you.
Yeah, I'm actually going to bring that to stage. I'll bring the Spartan that you got to stage, and we can talk about your collection.
I mean, because
it was more or less, honestly, that's a one-on-one, and Aaron's been more part of the Battle Bunnies for longer, more involved, more pushed it a lot more, and he was going to, I can't remember the name, Richmond?
Yeah.
Road to Richmond. And so that way you can show it off and stuff, help promote it. And so it was a overall better for the samurai as well. It was a Samurai General. So
yeah. So you were happy with, like, you traded Colin for this, right? Like you got another one that Aaron gave you, and then Colin reached out to you and like, hey, I like yours. Do you like this green one? How did that work out?
I like the green.
You like the green? That is
I love this one. I think it was a great trade.
Yeah. I really love the green, the gold helmet, the tiger print, or the tiger skin, and the red, like just in his beard. Like, I think you got a good Spartan out of that. And the green background. I mean, just this one's tight. Yeah.
Killer. Yeah.
It's all on green.
Yeah, no, it's is green one of your favorite colors?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So yes. Very nice.
Green is.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely a good when it's a win-win, like BBS was saying, like that's the important parts of the trades. Like, everybody else will like second guess and be like, oh, you could have held out and got a bidding war and blah blah blah, but I don't try to like think that stuff. Yeah.
It's not about the money.
Yeah.
The money was a nice bonus, don't get me wrong. But it
was like the money.
This is hard to get. Like,
it was money plus
custom is custom is amazing. And so I think that
it's utility behind it too. Like, I didn't have a Spartan, and the Spartan gives me more utility to where I get more involved and stuff. So that was better for me. The Samurai General isn't going to give me the same utility a Spartan is. So the Spartan has its own separate.
Yeah, the Spartan has had a long history, and I actually didn't grab in like the collection your egg that you claimed, like the Spartan egg. I'll do that in post. I'll put a picture of it next to your Spartan to show kind of the egg that you got to claim as part of that. Like you immediately, well, not immediately, but right before Series 2 Genesis got started, you were able to claim. Because you were a Spartan holder, you're able to get a free Dark Scyther egg. So that immediately started paying dividends. Right?
Utility.
Oh yeah, that's like.
Yeah, those are, and those we still don't know like the full utility of those Dark Dragon eggs, like what they're going to be. We know that they're not hatching. That's what we've been told. But they're going to have some sort of utility for this Series 2. So we'll just have to wait and see. But like, when did you I noticed you have you've got this shaman and you've got this cool Valkyrie from Series 1. Like, when did you start picking up these guys in your collection?
So actually, the Samurai Squirrel and the shaman. No, I think I bought the shaman, but the Samurai Squirrel I think was actually one of the first NFTs I got, and I won that in a raffle on a Twitter space, and then I went to go for a Valkyrie. I bought the shaman, and then Christica is like, "That's actually a shaman. This one's a Valkyrie." I was like, "All right." So then I went for the Valkyrie,
right,
and then. Yeah, that's the story behind those ones.
Okay, nice. When you completed the quest, what did you like? Are you a Viking? Are you a shaman? Like what's your
I'm a
class? Sorcerer. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, that's the sorcerers are like I mentioned this before. I've noticed a lot of the people that end up being sorcerer are gamers. Would you consider yourself a gamer? Do you like games or
I am a gamer.
That seems to be the through line.
I will say this. I did notice today, and I was taken back. The Discord color for team is the same or pretty close to a sorcerer color. So, like for mine anyway, I'm not sure about everybody else's, but so like my color looks like a sorcerer's color, but it's the team color.
Oh, okay, cool. So
that might be happening in other colors too.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, these are just some of your collections. I love this. Was this one of your eggs that hatched? Did you hatch this? Nice. Yeah. You can see
that's so good.
Yeah. I've got a few of these Viking eggs, but this Timber Fang, I just love the coloring. And it's in the same one that I have. You might be able to see. I turned a lot of mine into prints because I wanted to see them. But this one and that one are both the same kind of class of egg. And it's the clay one. So that I thought I was like, oh, that's cool. And I love the
green eyes. Green eyes in that are
so really stands out.
And the purples. Yeah. I just love how the background and everything like that matches. And then Series 2.
Glow.
Yeah.
Little Linda Glow.
Yeah. I love I love these. Have you translated your names of your Series 2 to their names yet? Through Google Translate or something like that?
I had one get translated for me. I don't remember the name. I screenshotted it. It's on my other phone. I just got a new phone, so I'm still transferring everything. I don't have my wallet even on this phone yet. I got to charge the other one. Nice. It's still a little battle on that one.
Yeah, in post, I'll put the name of these because I forgot to translate it beforehand. Sometimes they have names that are
specific to you or
specific to you. Yeah, there was one that Lord had that was tweet.
crop it, so now I can crop it. So now I'll be able to get the names for them all.
Yeah, no, they're nice. And then you got this one with the Risu Empire background. So that background is still being worked on, I think, right? Like these green ones, they're these are just in place of this. So then you got, like you said, you picked up his egg at the last Imagineck Falls, the 5 lands. So of the series 2, do you have a favorite?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like, which one was my favorite kid?
Yeah, these eggs are epic, right? The color coming out of these, like the toads are good. Like this is everything. There's one thing I like about each of them. You're right, it's like how you choose.
Yeah, you choose between all of these are awesome. Like, you know, you got 2 of the purple, which is awesome. You know, that's the
adorable.
That's one.
Was that the set? Do you have a hero?
Yeah, did you get a wheel or hero on any of the ones that you got? You have to look at the traits. I didn't look at the traits to see what they
I don't actually be honest. I don't think I remember.
Yeah, no, you probably would have, like when you were renting, like somebody would have told you got one of the heroes.
Yeah, usually that happens.
There's only 2 of them in each of the things. You got one of the 2 out of the 100.
Everyone's excited.
Yeah. With your luck, I'd go check the traits.
Yeah, I know this purple egg is a mature one. I've never seen that it was not a baby, so you won't have to mature it. Like the elder, or like Aaron complains a lot that his are all babies, but he's got like 60 of them, so you're gonna have a lot of babies in there. But you're gonna have to get a lot of dark side and mature them if you want. So, but yeah, it's nice when you get the elder matures. Yeah.
Can you tell us about the name, Stefan the Stallard?
Stefan the Stallard.
What is that from?
Well, I was actually trying to think of something that wouldn't be, like sound brave, mainstream name. So I was like, Google, what's another word for brave? And it came up with a list. And I was like, you know what? The Stallard. Stefan. I like Stefan. I used to back with Steve Urkel, he becomes Stefan.
Yeah, remember that.
I was Steven. I was like, oh, I could be Stefan, It's a kid thing. But yeah, and then Stefan the Stallard. It kind of gives it a little nice roll in towards the Battle Bunnies too. Hoplites, brave, and everyone's got a little place.
Yeah, no, I love that. That is a strong take. Like it sounds part of the community. Have you thought about naming any one of your bunnies that name? Like any of like your oh my goodness,
Spartan, right? Your Spartan is
your Spartan, or your Spartan, or one of your Battle Bunnies series 1s, or any of your dragons or something like that. Like, I'm giving him that name.
The Spartan is Stefan the Stallard, I guess. Is
okay.
What I would. He's me in the Battle Bunnies, I guess. I've kind of put myself in the role of my Spartan.
Are you a storyteller where you could write up a backstory on him and put him on the grimoire?
If I could sit down and take the time to do it, maybe I might be able to come up with something. I came up with a little bit of a backstory, kind of. I wanted to go down the rabbit hole, and I was one of the first Spartans to go down the rabbit hole, and now I protect it for the king, so no one else strays, goes down the rabbit hole, strays down there. It's chased by whatever's lurking in the deep darkness of it, protecting our golden carrots.
One of BBS's Grace O'Malley, Grace O'Murphy pirates.
I love that idea that you've tied that into the rabbit hole, because it's like anytime you can take something that everybody really knows about and can relate to, and add that to a story, that's great. Like I have an idea of something that I'll bring up later that I'm not going to tell you now, but it's an idea with another common thing that no one's really talking about that I'm going to add a story to that too. So later on, I almost spilled it. Yeah, Grace O'Murphy. She's going to be a captain. I'm telling you.
She's going to be the captain of the Blackbird Spider ship.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's cool. Because I think you've mentioned that before, like on one of the shows, and maybe even Frank was on, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're definitely going to have to make that happen." So I'm hoping that.
I mean, so it's not like confirmed that it's going to happen, but I'd love for it to happen because she's definitely like
I do the whole la la la, but I have headphones on.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's not alpha that like everybody, you know. We've talked about this before. Like your Blackbird Spider ship would be awesome, and your
it's a whole crew. It's the Purple Patch crew, and then I've got a Toad in the water, and and the father is there too. I don't know if you've seen that in the Grimoire, the ghost that walks the ship. He's on there too. Just keeps adding, just a family.
Just creating it. It's growing.
It's not about me. It shows about you, Stephen.
Let's interview PBS. Yeah.
No, not do that. It's going to happen, and I'm going to be like, oh my goodness, I'm going to need a nap after this. What else do I get? Hey.
The book.
Speaking of the book,
The Unlikely Spartan and the upcoming book. Are you a reader? Did you?
I own a hard copy right there, signed.
Nice.
Sitting on my shelf.
Nice.
It's been read once, and it will never be read again.
Yeah, I'm with you. I actually have to listen to it. Like I read it while I was on that same bike I was talking about earlier. Like this time last year was when I came in too. So I've been in about a year in May, and so I just started reading because John gave me a book at a conference, John Briggs, and he's like, here, and then I gave him one of my hats, and we just kind of swapped stuff, and like I went home and I started reading the book, and I was just fascinated with the storytelling. Like I just, love it. And I'm looking forward to book number 2. I know they're in the works. They're getting feedback on the first couple chapters right now, so should be hopefully soon we'll get a second book in that. It's
I can't wait.
Yeah, me too. Like, are you a TCGer? Like, is that do you like the trading card game, or is that
I haven't dived into it yet. I have my own board game. My girlfriend's got hers as well. We got our decks and stuff and everything, but I'm gonna wait until we open her set and keep my set just
pristine.
Yeah, exactly. I don't wanna.
So that opens up. So is your girlfriend? Is she in the Battle Bunnies community as well?
A little bit. She's got a couple NFTs now. She's picked up a couple eggs, did a mint or two.
Nice.
She hasn't really had time for it either. She works a lot now and stuff. So keep up with it.
Yeah, it can be difficult to stay up with like everything that's going on in Discord and the different things. Like, I mean, we got books, we got Series 2, we got the challenge coins coming out soon. We got those cards like we're going to be claiming soon. That's what I love about the projects. There's always so much going on. But yeah, it does, like if you're busy, it's hard to stay up. Like,
well, I get to watch some of the videos and stuff of you guys playing and everything. So it's kind of nice to get to see it and watch it and stuff. So
did you play any like Pokemon or Magic growing up, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
what was your game of choice?
A whole lot of Magic cards.
A lot of Magic.
Oh, yeah, Magic is so good.
Yeah, BBS worked for the company that like you worked for Magic, right? For a bit.
Yeah, I worked for Hasbro, and they owned Magic the Gathering. Yeah, so lunchtime was awesome. Like playing, so they would do. They would launch a set. I feel like they were launching a set every other month, and so they would launch a set, and then they would give a whole bunch of cards to the employees, and then we would have like a Friday night tournament where it would just be awesome. There would be like 70 of us playing, and then there was tournaments for the next 2 weeks during lunch. Like they had an open and a chart and who was doing whatever, and then they had like a tournament after like 3 weeks. So with the same cards, you're playing this like the same deck like over and over and over again against like some of the most interesting people that I've ever met in my life. Like this guy who created G.I. Joe. Like, it's like I'm just talking to him and he goes, yeah, I wrote the Bible on G.I. Joe. I'm like, oh, okay, so let's talk about that. And he worked for, like, he was partnered with Kenner when they did the G.I. Joe series, and he had they were like the 3.5 or 4.5 inch G.I. Joes. So right before like the giant, like, who's playing with these things, and sorry for anybody that had those. And then the ones that are slightly bigger is like there's a sweet spot, man. There's like 3.5, like, yeah. So when I was younger, I was obsessed with G.I. Joe, and so meeting him was, pretty awesome. So, but anyway, again, it's not about me. But yeah, I worked there, and Magic the Gathering is it's a fun game, and there's so many similarities to the Scyther Chronicles with the strategy. And then I haven't even taken a look at what they're doing now with the sorcerers and is it the Valkyries? Sorcerers and Valkyries? No, it's the shaman and the sorcerers. Help me out, Brian.
Oh yeah, they're doing the shamans and sorcerer cards right now, and then they'll do the Valkyries and the Spartans last.
Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't want to say the wrong thing. So yeah, so if you have, or I think that it might have been a window, but they're probably still accepting it. So if you have, a character that you want to put into that, then you should throw that into the TCG channel, I believe.
Yeah. That's if you're interested in getting a card named after one of your characters and stuff like that. Like, it's that's the thing, is you got to come up with a backstory. Jinx is putting a lot in Smith's Firefly, so
yeah, it's gonna.
They have lots of bunnies named, so they can.
It's awesome. That collection's like your collection. I like what you have so far. It's great.
It's fun to think about that. Like I sent some ideas over to Creature, like, hey, here's some shamans that I think would be cool, and he's like, oh, I like that. So keeping my fingers crossed, maybe I'll get a card.
Well, you need dark matter in there, but
yeah, that was one of the ones for sure. Like, I was like, oh, he's got to make it. But
it's got to do it. It's got to do it.
Yeah, so if they do a Spartan one, you should definitely get Stefan in there. He should be,
for sure.
Like, oh my goodness, I'm trying to think of like all the abilities he could have with like a rabbit hole. Oh my goodness, he could just like give out challenge coins.
I feel like when they do the Spartans, they should do like hundreds of cards, like hundreds of Spartans, like like
goes into like his hole.
You can have a deck of 300, right? Deck size can now be 300 and doesn't have to be 60. It can be like sometimes Magic has these like unglued, like it's not really a whatever, although it has to be serious Spartans, right? But
yeah.
What would you like to see in the future? Like, is there something that you think would be cool to add to the project? Like we have their ear right now, and like they know that they're always listening for new ideas, and like we've some answers in the past have been like theme park, so like as you hold on to your Spartan, I would think that when the theme park happens, because it will in the future, calling it now, I would think that Spartan is like a ticket, right? Or % off. So is there anything that you see like that they could do, or that you'd like to see them do? That can be as crazy as you want or as simple.
Well, with the way that blockchain's moving and how things are being developed, it'd be pretty cool to see like a 3D dynamic gaming or kind of story play, a video, even turn the book into a video, something you can watch with AI generated stuff. You most likely could do it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know much on the coding side of things or anything like that, but I'm sure someone out there could do it.
Yeah. They're getting really close with that Unreal Engine stuff, like as far as doing like animations and like video. That's like, I think I'm calling it. I think that's what it's called, right? The Unreal Engine, like
Unreal Engine,
it's all AI.
Unreal Engine.
And then like, it's gonna get so much better in a year. Like, it's gonna open up doors to, like you said, to doing 3D stuff with the Battle Bunnies. And like what they need is like something that takes like the hand-drawn stuff by Frank and it can turn it into a 3D rendering that you can turn around. That would be so cool. Like, I'd love to see that. Just like turn my Battle Bunny into a 3D, like a bobblehead or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. But not have Frank have to draw like all the different ones, like just something that's like, can translate, based on the 2D and turn it into 3D. Get it pretty close to.
That just made me think of like Iron Man, where he's just sitting there and he's like moving things around. Like, what if it could just be like it's life size in front of him and he's drawing it, and then he just spins it and he works on the back, or does this and then now he's working on the side. Like, that would be pretty cool to see that, like that technology. But I'm always looking for like technology that can help make things better and faster. And so seeing them work in that medium could be fun.
I bet you they could probably do that with Oculus.
Oh yeah. He just he's working on something, and then he flicks it this way, and then Krista grabs it. Now she's doing something with the background, or like details, and then she throws it back to him, and now he's working on it, and it just and then they have people all over the world that are working on it too. So now he just Frank does this to it, and it goes to like China. That guy works on it. That guy flips it, goes to India. It could happen, right?
Yeah, it's the Battle Bunnies version of Jarvis.
Right. I'm gonna get on that right now.
Just start your coding today.
Copyright.
Yeah.
Patent.
Go to ChatGPT and just ask ChatGPT, how do I design
there you go.
XYZ, or go to Gemini. I don't want to slide Gemini, or like, what's the other one that's there's a
Open
third
AI.
one. What did you say?
OpenAI? ChatGPT.
Well, OpenAI is the company behind ChatGPT, but like there's I forget the third one that's kind of like, it's supposed to be just a little bit better than ChatGPT, whatever the latest version, based on like mathematics and all this other stuff, but I don't remember its name. Like, I remember Gemini because that's Google's, but it's this third one. I don't remember. I'll think of it.
There's a lapel, and I don't know the name of it, so but I wouldn't want to advertise it anyway. But there's a lapel that's supposed to be in production. You may have heard of this. It just kind of like sits on your shirt, and you click it, right, and it opens up, and it's supposed to be like your phone. Like, so you can see stuff, or you can blah, 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 or you can like point it down, and now you can type on it, or whatever. It just looks. I don't think it's going to.
Very Star Trekky. Yeah.
Maybe like put into an A, and that would be good.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to go double. Thank you.
Where's the Starbucks button? Anyway,
right?
Yeah, no, I want the whatever the thing is, like that can make all the stuff. Like, it's the equivalent of a 3D printer today, but does like the food and stuff like that. Like, it sounds like, like make me a steak, or make me, give me an ice cream cone or something like that. I forget what that was called in Star Trek, or the transporter. The transporter, like, just
either one of those
around all over the world, like that would be cool.
Because you could have a shack and just have one of those in it, and then just like, all right, I'm gonna go into the food thing was pretty awesome with the Earl Grey tea. What I remember, Earl Grey.
Did you watch any of the Star Trek growing up, Steven?
Yeah,
like any?
I watched all the Star Trek growing up.
Nice, yeah,
all of it.
I'm not a diehard, like, you know, you can see I like a little bit of Star Wars. I don't have any Star Trek stuff, so I kind of lean more towards the Star Wars. But that's just what I mean. In 19, what was it?
I watched both.
77. 77. That was my first film, so you know, like it just brings back a lot of memories.
My mom's ex-husband was big into Star Trek, so I kind of ended up having to watch them all, whether I wanted to or not. So, but I enjoyed it. It was good.
I'm both. Like, I'm not one or the other. I know some people are like, oh, like, you know, it's all about, you know, the Voyager and going off and, you know, or Star Trek Enterprise or whatever. I'm like, I like it all. I don't care. Like Picard, you know, Shatner, like, you know, Luke Skywalker, like, I just like a good story. Like,
and if anybody fell off during this conversation, please come back in 2 minutes. We'll talk about that. And some people are like, "Are you kidding?" Like I was at a friend of mine's house and I said, "That's Star Wars. I mean Star Trek." He's like, "Get out right now. You cannot mix them. You're not talking about this right now."
Yeah, you got to. Some people are very passionate one side or the other.
We like both.
Sorry.
At the Ultimate Fancast.
Yeah. We are ultimate fans of many media properties. Like, that's for sure. So is there any other like projects that you're like totally into? Like you love going into the Discord, you love, you know, love the community, like
right now, the moment, couldn't say I am really involved in any other communities. I still keep an eye on a few, like Dead Poker Society. That's about it. Other than Samurai is an old one I was in for a while, but I'm doing a lot of other stuff. A lot of test nets and blockchains that I'm looking at and trying to be involved in. Someone that invested in me, so I'm using his money to play with test nets and try and move things around on the blockchain and learn different things.
Oh wow. Is that what you do, you know? Is that your job? Is you do coding or like what
no,
what do you do?
I'm gonna start learning coding, but I do try and work investment for the crypto now, and I do retail as well. That was my initial job, working retail. I do still do it once in a while, but mostly just sit here and try and learn things about Web3 and different utilities, different blockchains, different programs, apps, companies that are going through. I want to know what's happening in the world and where we're going in the future. So this is where it's going to be. It's what I want to be involved in. Get ahead of the game.
Yes, you're probably pretty excited about the recent bump, you know, like coming out like in the last few months. It seemed like Ethereum and BTC and the rest of the blockchain
I'm sad I didn't buy Solana when it was at $7.
What's that?
I'm sad I didn't buy Solana when it was at $7.
Where's it at now?
150 some odd dollars.
Oh wow. Yeah.
But
obviously not investing advice, but yeah, like we always have to say, you know, like do your own research, you know, like not investing advice. But yeah, it's
but I'm learning like the Blast blockchain and stuff like that just came out. And it's going to be a good place to be honest. It's even like the Battle Bunnies could learn to be on the Blast and stuff. Transaction fees there are like nothing, and it's super fast. It's an upcoming blockchain, so it's early on adoption right now.
Nice. I'm sure Mike and John are paying attention to that stuff. They tend to be the back end, you know, making decisions and stuff. And we've historically everything's been on Ethereum, so like I think there's a lot of us that would enjoy fees that were not so pricey. And so dependent on, you know, the Ethereum pricing movements and gas costs and that kind of stuff. So,
yeah. Well, it's even Solana costs almost next to nothing compared to Ethereum.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know enough about that stuff. I had some of those things, but I cashed in all of mine so I could buy Battle Bunnies.
I did that at the start, actually.
I had a whole bunch of like different ones. Like, I mean, I still think I have some BTC and some other stuff, but not like meaningful amounts of like Solana or any of that stuff. Like it's, it just like I was like, I'm just gonna put it all in Ethereum because I want to collect the art pieces versus like, you know, making the crypto an investment for myself. And yeah, I wish I could have done both, but financially I just couldn't. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be happy with my collection and not worry about like, did I pick the right blockchain? Because I bought 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever it was like the high, like it was running and then it just, and I, you know, I was like, okay, well, you know, ups and downs, like I'll wait it out. So, and I've had a few of them go bye-bye. What was the one that I was buying like the social tokens and it had, you know, it just, it went away. Yeah. Like one of the social token networks just fizzled out. And yeah. And so just poof, gone. But anyways, well, we've had you almost an hour. We want to be respectful of your time. It's 11 o'clock Eastern time. So questions, BBS, anything that
no, I'm good. I got everything I needed.
Anything you did like we didn't cover that you wish, you know, we asked questions about, Stephen? Like, is there anything that we like to keep these to about an hour? Like, you know, some of them like Lord L's went 2.5 hours and I couldn't believe it, but it's Lord L.
But we did that. We were like, okay, we're gonna call it, and then you know
it went on for another hour. Yeah. It's like, oh my goodness. And with his, we did put in a game that was like 30 minutes long and stuff like that. Like we want to have people back. So we're not trying to get everything, like, you know, all the conversations. Like there's going to be Gen 2 stuff that like there'll be another generative collection in series 2 at some point. Like you'll pick up more stuff. You'll have more stories. We'll bring you back. We'll talk about that. We can play games that get developed and, you know, that kind of stuff. Cause we like to play games around here. But
hopefully by then I'll have more time and we can sit here and play one of the round of the TCG.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, especially if they get it online, because I know they want to go mobile. That's John's, you know, wish is like make it so that it, or not mobile, but just, you know, an online game. Yeah, like one that's tied to a blockchain, you know, kind of like Parallel or something like that, you know, where you know, you got people trading cards on the blockchain, you know, building their decks on the blockchain.
Funny you mentioned that. There's actually one that I'm looking at right now, fantasy, not financial advice. It's one that's doing just that. It's actually trading cards of people, social people, network people that like people I've never heard of, but they're on Twitter and stuff, and they have how many tweets and comments, who liked them, who did this, and that becomes more valued than the other ones, and it's kind of weird, but it's a card trading thing, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. You said it was called Fantasy,
yeah.
Okay.
Fantasy.top. It's just coming out now. They're doing a main net there shortly. But no, it's pretty cool. It's nice. Cool. No, I need to do this stuff. I need to make more money. I spent it all on Battle Bunnies.
Yeah, I'm with you.
my credit card
I'm
says
excited. I got a new job.
Make the money.
Turned into a support group. It's great.
Yeah. That's really what the Fancast is about. Like,
yeah, it's kind
of how are you recovering from your your
Dark Dragons?
Yeah, you just recently picked up some Dark Dragons. Like, you know, this is your support.
How did Visa like that?
Yeah. Oh,
These will love those canvas prints.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine are not the official canvas prints. Those are all like I got through Snapfish or somebody like that and made it up. But man, yeah, I would love to have the signed ones from the artist and that kind of thing. But
that would be nice.
That would be, I
got the one. That's it.
What canvas print did you get?
Can you see
Sonia. Yeah, Sonia and Milo. Nice.
Oh yeah, sorry. Nice. This is my closet behind me. This is my room. I don't actually live with a red wall behind me, so just so everyone's aware.
Yeah, no, that's nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm in my little closet. I can almost reach from wall to wall. It's
my cats.
They hide me in the basement for many reasons.
Say hi.
Me too.
1 second. Come say
sure. Yeah.
Come say hello. Come here. Don't run.
I'm looking for like a permanent spot for these. Like I want to do something with that, and then
you don't want to come
make
say hello.
Who are you trying to coax? Your cat? Oh, what kind of cat?
If I reach out to her, she'll come.
Is she a Mancoon?
She is definitely my little fatso.
Oh.
Food?
They're so smart too. She's probably like, "Oh, I'm not going over there because you want me to."
Yeah. BBS normally has one up by his little thing.
He's a tyrant. Yeah.
She wants me to pet her, follow her and pet her until she runs back to her food dish.
Yeah. Yeah, we have 2 cats and they are a handful, along with our 4 dogs and 2 chickens and bunny rabbit. Like, yeah, the zoo.
Like, now you keep telling me like the different animals you have.
It's a zoo, man. Like,
I'm
a
sure
zookeeper.
Yeah. No, that every they're family members. They're not. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. The chickens started out as just egg producers, but they became family pretty quickly. Like, we were just like, oh, we want fresh eggs, and then we're like, oh no, we've named them all, and they're all like, our little girls, and
right.
It's insane.
Go to the store, get them.
I grew up in the city, like here in Indianapolis. Not like it's like a big city like Chicago or New York or LA or something, but I didn't grow up in the, like out on, like my wife did. She grew up on a farm, like out in Northwest Ohio, and like had like 70 chickens growing up, and they would collect eggs every morning, and then they would go sell their eggs, all week and stuff, and just very entrepreneurial family. Like her dad was like a manager at Solder Furniture, like the the furniture that comes in the boxes and you got to put it all together and stuff like that. Well, they had in their little area of Northwest Ohio, that's where the factory was, and he was one of the management people there. But they also had like eggs and a big garden, and they sold stuff. And so when she told me the story about the eggs, I was like, oh, that'd be cute if we got a couple, chickens and had eggs every morning. And 10 years later, we got like chickens, and I got to take care of them. And I was building them stuff over the weekend, and like, oh man, I did not know what rabbit hole I was going down with that.
That's a whole different rabbit hole.
And now they don't produce eggs because they're old, like they're geriatric girls.
Yeah.
Like,
so they're retired.
They have retired, but that's okay. Well, anyways, this was great. We were so glad you could join us.
Yes, thank you.
It's great getting to know you, peppering you with questions, and just learning more about you. We look forward to seeing you in the rabbit hole for sure down the line. Your episode will air in just a few weeks, so I think we have 1 or 2 more episodes. Like I think just
one more,
and then yours will be
so one
forget who
next Monday, the next Monday after that.
Next Monday. So yours will be 2 Mondays or not this Monday, but in 2 weeks. So that'll come out. I'll edit that in a few weeks, and it'll be like the 5th or 6th, or it's the 6th. It'll come out on May 6th. So yeah, no, this was great.
All right.
Cool.
Yep, another Ultimate Fan.
Yeah.
And what, Brian, what many is this? Is this like
this is like 37? Like, I think we're like 37 episodes or something like that in. So 37. I don't think all of them like are fans. So we're probably at 35 Ultimate Fans. My question is how many have we had where Luke is not shown up?
Yeah. Miss you, Luke.
We do miss you, Lord L Rug. He's not rugging. He's actually recovering from a medical procedure that he had a few weeks ago. So we didn't know if he'd be able to make it or not. Unfortunately, he could not for this episode, but we still had a great time with Stephen, aka Stefan the Stallard on Discord. So now this was a great opportunity to talk to an Ultimate Fan. We got to hear about his story about getting that OG Spartan and his big win of the Samurai Squirrel that created the win-win opportunity for everybody. So that was cool.
And that dragon's coming up. So
yeah, he could win again. Yeah. He's got at least 3 chances on the wheel. So it doesn't take much to, you just got to have one to get your name on that wheel for that dragon. And I know that Klopping and a few others and Aaron again are hoping they get the dragon, but
Aaron yelling at the screen right now.
It's mine. No! And Klopping's like, no, it's mine. So Steven, if you win the dragon,
that would be epic.
Just wait till you get your DM from BBS and he'll make you a sweet offer on that.
Now that I told you the window thing.
Yeah. I've got a few Spartans. No, I'm just kidding. Like, no, if you win it, definitely,
Yeah, it's yours. Yeah.
You might want to hold on to that one. Yeah. Or, find another win-win, but yeah. Now this is awesome. So if you want to be an Ultimate Fan cast member, or not, I guess you're not a member. If you want to be the star of the show on the Ultimate Fan cast, definitely reach out to BBS or myself or Lord L on Discord, ours or the Battle Bunnies. Like, you can definitely get a hold of us that way. As usual, we'd love it if you'd like or subscribe, or click that bell to be alerted every time there's a new episode dropping on Mondays, or the special game episodes that we dropped last Thursday, Is It Narf, as a special that we're going to be doing, just going back through and playing some of the games again as a special cutout of the longer episode. So we would love to have you join us here, or definitely subscribe so you can see and meet the Ultimate Fans that we've had, like Steven. Thank you again, Steven, for joining us. This was a great show. And we look forward to seeing everyone next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us today, Ultimate Fan. BBS, Lord L, and Brian, that's me, do hope you enjoyed today's program as much as we did, where Ultimate Fans like you are the stars of the show. We'd be honored to have you join us on a future episode where you can share your story and love of the Battle Bunnies with this encouraging community. It would be the greatest compliment if you shared something you love about the Battle Bunnies on your favorite social platform today, like X, Facebook, or Instagram, and tagged us. Or simply use hashtag UltimateFancast so we can recognize and celebrate with you and other super fans by sharing your post. Bonus points if you do both and use an image of one of your favorite Battle Bunnies or a screenshot of this episode. We know you share, like, and comment because you care about our fellow Ultimate Fans as much as we do. Please leave comments too to let us know how we can make this the greatest fan experience for the Battle Bunnies community. This podcast is sponsored by Hairstream Media, your bunnies all the time streaming service. Okay, not really. It is just us fans like you giving some of our time to support other fans like you. Join us over in the Battle Bunnies community and Discord to continue the fun. We hope you tune in with us each week. So make it easy. Subscribe now. We'll be here to keep you hopping when you need us.